be stupid.
I mean it! Claire, please. Just give him to me.
I'm just holding my son.
Somebody help me, please. Please, just give him to me. Claire? This is upsetting Joshua. He won't give me Joshua.
I'm holding my son. She's hysterical.
Will you put him down? Come on.
They just push the way in.
Well, there's no need to ask what you're doing here.
He's my son. You know he is.
Oh, yes. I know you took advantage of his mother when she were drunk and Ashley were in hospital. I know that you ruined your own marriage and then set about wrecking theirs. Yes, I know you for what you are, Dr. Ramsden. Who's this?
My wife.
Oh, poor woman.
I asked them to go, but they took no notice.
Oh, my darling, you'll find out Dr. Ramsden takes absolutely no notice of anybody but himself.
This has got nothing to do with you.
Claire, lovey, why don't you take Josh inside and give his daddy a ring?
I'm his father.
Oh, for goodness sake. One night of lust doesn't make you a father. Are you proud of yourself, frightening a pregnant woman? Oh, go on, get off, get away.
Just leave it, Audrey.
No, it's you that should be leaving it. Leaving it in the past.
What, dead and buried like Maxine?
Hiya. Ken and Deirdre gone, have they?
Deirdre? Oh, yeah, Deirdre, yeah.
Are you having a drink? Hey, you don't want to be drinking too much of that. You'll be stinking of booze when you go and see doctor.
What doctor?
Danny's taking you.
I don't want to see any doctor.
Oh, well, take it up with him. I'm just going to hang these up. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
What's wrong with me wanting to know my son?
Oh, this isn't about him. It's about you. Maxine was terrified this were gonna happen. She told me you hounded her, making demands.
What are you doing here?
We tried talking to you, you weren't having any of it. What else could I do?
Well, leave them alone.
I've got rights. Rights to have access to my son.
You haven't got a son.
And we tried everything. When Sylvia came round, we thought calm and reasonable.
What are you talking about? You spoke to him when?
I wanted to tell you,
But what?
I told her I wouldn't go against your wishes. I told her she was wasting her time.
Yeah, because you're so pig-headed. Just face it, Ashley. There is nothing you can do about
Who
it.
is it now?
We're going!
Come here. Oh, dear.
You come near my family again and I'll kill you.
I've got rights.
They've got nothing.
Come on, it's all right, Mum.
It's so stupid. Oh, Ashley!
I'm sorry, Joshua. I'm sorry, Joshua. Daddy didn't mean it. Daddy didn't mean it.
He keeps looking at me, trying to work out who I am.
At least let me get through the door.
He called me Susan before. God knows who he thought I was.
Keep your voice down.
Why? Even if he hears me, he's only going to forget again in 5 minutes. He asked me for a cup of tea 4 times. When I show him he's already got one, he loses it big time. I've hidden the knives.
It could happen to you, you know. It could happen to any of us, all right?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I'd jump off a cliff. I can't stand this.
You've had to look after him for 1 day.
Yeah, well, it was one day too many.
Are you all right, Mike?
Me? Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice one. Good. Remembered where I'm taking you?
Yeah. The zoo? Of course I remembered. You're wasting your time as well as mine. I've no need to see a doctor.
I don't know what I'd have done if Woody hadn't turned up. I was terrified. Terrified that they were going to snatch him and I couldn't stop them.
So you spoke to him and you didn't tell me? Well, did you let him in? Did you?
They just walked straight in.
Why are you so flaming weak?
Ashley, I couldn't stop them.
Maxine would have stopped him. Maxine wouldn't have let him anywhere near our son.
That's not fair.
He's the only bit of her I've got left, and you just let Matt Ramsden take him away.
I wouldn't.
And you feel your health has deteriorated since you went to Spain?
Well, he does. They all do, but, well, everyone has their bad days, don't they?
It's more than just bad days, though, isn't it?
He thinks I'm losing my memory.
And what do you think?
Well, everyone forgets things, don't they? I mean, look at me. Do I look as if I'm ill?
I'd like to carry out a few tests.
Not going to hospital?
You don't have to. I can do them all here. But I would like to talk to you about your memory.
There's nothing wrong with my memory. I'll tell you my national service number if you like. 22935 There. I haven't have to use it now. I'm 40-odd years. Still remember it.
Nice one.
Yeah, I was in Yemen, 60, 61.
Mr. Baldwin, it's often the case that a patient can recall things that happened years ago and then just struggle over more recent events.
I am not a patient. I told you this would be a waste of time, didn't I?
Well, let's hope that you're right. I'd like to take a blood test just to rule out certain things.
No problem there, darling. Been a blood donor all my life.
Mr. Baldwin, that number that you just gave me, could you remind me of it again?
Number? What number?
The number that you just gave me.
Did I? Oh, yes. Yeah, you mean my phone number?
Was it your phone number?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. My phone number.
I don't want to end up like Les and Scylla. The world doesn't end at the Red Wreck.
Well, if you want to go on holiday, we could go to Spain.
Oh, Kirk, you're not listening. I'm not talking holiday. I'm talking getting out there, seeing some of the world. I don't know, backpacking in Australia, hitchhiking across America, real travelling. I'm just sick of feeling that my life is going nowhere.
But it is going somewhere.
No, it's not. I've been sewing knickers for years. I've got nothing to look forward to.
You've got me.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I want you to come with me. Kirk, there is more to life than this. There's got to be.
So what happens now then, Doc?
Well, you saw for yourself how your father handled the verbal tests.
More like mental arithmetic, you're having a laugh, I mean, I couldn't count back from 40 and 4s and there's nothing wrong with me, love.
I know, it's a worrying time.
But he's run businesses all his life. He's made deals. He's employed hundreds of people in his time, ain't you? See? Doc, he saw Tony Blair on the television last night, swore blind it was one of his old muckers who sold paraffin lamps on Bermondsey Market.
Didn't I have a tie?
Yeah, of course you did, yeah.
Oh.
I was just telling your son...
It's my nephew.
I was just telling him I'd like to refer you to a specialist.
Specialist? What sort of specialist?
A neurologist.
Neurologist? I don't understand.
Mr. Baldwin, I think that whilst you were in Spain, you suffered a stroke.
A stroke?
A minor one, yes.
No, I didn't.
You might not have been aware of it at the time, but I do think that stroke has accelerated your condition.
What condition's that then?
Well, I'm hoping that's what the specialist can tell us.
So, he's got to see this neurologist fellow and have some more tests.
How is he?
Oh, he don't know what's hit him, that's for sure. And the doc said, there's things he can't do, stuff he's got to avoid. He's been told to cut down on his drinking. Mike, like that's going to happen. And after what the doc said, he's going to need the scotch more than ever now, isn't he?
So he had a stroke, and we didn't know about it?
Well, the doc reckons he didn't even know himself, and that'll explain why he's gone down so real so quick, I reckon.
What if he has another one? I mean, what do we do?
I don't know.
Poor Mike.
Yeah. Poor Mike. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, well, Mike's always been Mike, hasn't he? You know, look, and all this talk about tests, this is what I don't get. You know, like the doc, she knew what was wrong with him. You know, we all know what's wrong with him. They're just skirting around it, that's all.
So what if it is what we think it is? Well, what happens then?
Well, I don't know. I don't suppose he's going to get any better, though. I really don't. You know, you hear and you see what these things does to people. You know, couples, married for donkey's years, and all of a sudden one thinks the other one's a complete stranger. They forget everyone else, forget about where they live, what they do. I mean, you know, everything I know about business I have learnt from him. You know, one step ahead, that was his motto. That's what he always used to say to me, even when I was a kid and starting out in business. Just stay one step ahead, keep your eye on the ball, and check the girls' handbags before the end of each day. And now, I'm going to watch him disappear, aren't I? Till I don't know him and he don't know me.
Well, we'll help you, won't we, Frank?
Well, no. I mean, he's nothing to do with me, is he? What about Adam or Penny?
No, you're right, yeah. You're right. I'll manage. Listen, I've got to go now anyway, because I've got to go and see if he's OK.
Oh, what do you expect, Dan? I'm not your wife anymore. You'll have to lean on Leanne, won't you?
Yeah.
It really shook Deirdre up, seeing him so distant.
Yeah, well, I saw him this morning. I hardly recognised him. He was like a tiny old man.
And he's what? 65? Well, it's no age.
We're all supposed to be living longer, aren't we? I don't see the point. You haven't got your health and your faculties. At least when Alfie died, it was sudden.
You know, it's true what they say. There does seem to be more bad news now. I mean, we never had Alzheimer's. People died of old age, at home, in their beds. People got married for life and looked after each other.
No, folks looked after each other whether they were married or not, Emily. It's just that everybody's out for themselves these days. Selfishness, greed.
When did we become the old biddy? I think I was born an old biddy. Women's Lib, the Progressive Society, New Labour. I rather think it was wasted on me.
Cheers. Kirk, I don't want to go on my own.
I don't want you to either. But there's no way I can go travelling. I've got responsibilities.
Oh, you've got Molly and all the other people that work for you.
I can't leave the kennels, not for longer than a fortnight. It'd go to pieces without me.
You mean you'd go to pieces without your fill of wet noses and wagging tails?
There'll be plenty of time to go travelling later, once we retire.
I don't want to wait till then. Oh. Did you hear that?
Well, why do you want to go travelling? I mean, what are you, a student?
Just want something different.
Oh, well, dye your hair blonde, or no, get a piercing.
Gin and tonic, vodka and tonic, and medium sherry, lovely.
You all right, Audrey?
Oh, yes, nothing.
Come on. You listen to him for my troubles. What's the matter?
No, it's just what I've been talking about with Rita and Emily. It's just life.
How do you mean?
Well, you never think it's going to pan out the way it does. Just creeps up on you. One day you look in the mirror and you think, oh, when did it happen? Do you know, Maria, I never used to wear black apart from going to parties. No, honestly, a little slinky black number. Now I seem to be wearing it all the time, sat in a crematorium or a chapel. I just don't want to be the last one, you know? I want to be that little old lady in the corner with just a ghost for company. I've still lots to do. I still want to be driven in a fast car with some fella's hand on my knee. I still want life.
So it's going to get worse.
Probably, yeah.
And he's going to need someone to look after him.
It's all right, you won't have to do anything.
Well, he's going to have to go into a home.
This is his home. I'll just get help, a nurse or something, all right?
Danny, it's a tiny flat.
Oh, well, that's funny, because you said it was a palace when we first moved in.
He's going to need special care, day and night.
Yes, I know, and he'll get it, OK?
And what about the business?
What about it?
Well, he hardly looks fit enough to feed himself, let alone run a business.
I am running it.
Yeah, I know you are, but it still is, innit? It can still overrule you. Oh, come on, Danny. We've come this far. We don't want to lose it all now, do we? This is serious.
She's right.
All right, Mike, how are you feeling?
I don't want to see my business ruined.
See?
Well, it's not going to get ruined, is it? I'll look after it.
But I'm not well, am I? I've been to see a doctor, haven't I? Well, haven't I?
Yeah, you have, yeah. Mike, maybe it's time to hand over the business, eh? What do you think?
Yeah, give Danny power of attorney.
Will you leave it?
Could you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Hiya. What's up with you? Is that a new jacket? Yeah. Went to market after work. Do you like it? Oh, yeah, it's just like mine. Oh, is it? Oh, I hadn't noticed. What are you drinking? I'll have a rum and black. I think I'll have the same. Hiya, love.
Are you feeling any better?
After 3 more of these, yes, I will, but... Look, I'm sorry. It's not like me to get all maudlin.
Oh, there's no need to apologise. We understand.
I just don't want to look back on a life of regrets, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I have no regrets.
None? Oh, you must have.
I can't see the point in regrets. I mean, having them doesn't change anything, does it?
No, but what if you regret not doing something?
Like what?
Oh, jumping out of a plane strapped to some hunky fella. Oh, diving with sharks.
Listen, I have enough danger in my life working with that Norris. I always fancied swimming with dolphins.
Well, you could still do that. Or train to be a pilot. There's a thought. Now, I could get my licence, hire a jet, we could all fly off to Monte Carlo and blow it all in the casino.
Why not? If it's good enough for Sophia Loren.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I just don't want nature to decide my fate.
So?
Look, if you told Mike last year that in 12 months' time it was going to be like he is, do you think he'd have carried on as usual?
No.
He'd have sold up and made the most of what time he got left.
You'd never sell the salon.
Why shouldn't I? Oh, I may have 30 years left, Rita, or I could walk in front of a bus tomorrow, huh? Life's for living, we know that. And I think I'm entitled to still live it.
Hey, I've just heard your boss say that she's thinking about selling the salon.
Yeah, she was saying something about that earlier.
So?
So what?
Well, I thought you fancied getting your own place.
Yeah, we do, but it's just a dream, isn't it?
There is nothing wrong with making dreams come true.
What are we doing here?
You asked me to bring you.
Yeah, I know, but what for?
I don't know.
Denim!
No, knickers, Mike. We make underwear.
I make denim.
Yeah, that was years ago, though. Yeah, you gave me my first job, remember, when I was a nipper? In the London factory? Then you decided to come north, said the workforce was cheaper?
Bought a shop. Elsie Tanner was manageress and brought up here, put her in charge. You told me she was going to be useless, but she's not, is she? She cracks that whip. Hey, good and proper.
I'm sorry, Mike, I don't know who you're talking about. Hayley Crop was our supervisor. You remember Hayley?
What are we doing here, eh? What do you mean, power of attorney, hmm?
Oh, Leanne, you remember that then?
Well, of course I do.
Good. You ain't well, Michael. You're probably going to get worse. You know that, don't you? I'm sorry. And it's this place, Mike. I mean, we don't want to see it going down the pan, do we? Think of it, mate. All them years, all that hard work you've put in. Success, all the people you've employed. People like Elsie Tanner.
Oh, Elsie Tanner. It's a name I haven't heard of for years. Well, went to Portugal, you know. Run this wine bar with a bloke she had a fling with 20 years previously. Oh, good old Elsie.
Yeah. Good old Elsie. See, Mike, if I had power of attorney, I could look after things, couldn't I? Hey, that'd be better, wouldn't it? I could deal with everything. I mean, it would still be your business, wouldn't it? It would still be Mike Baldwin's business. You see, but you wouldn't have to worry about it, would you? Hey.
I can't handle this.
Mike.
I just can't handle it.
Mike.
I just can't.
Come on, Mike. Come on.
Oh,
Sorry. I'll look after you, don't worry.